I really do like that moment too. Like, I think that's a good example of sneaking some levity into like a really like emotional scene, and it like coming off as natural. Even the way like he like just he very sheepishly like shakes his head, like nods his head, like yeah, I'm so sick of that song. They have a little chuckle about it.
Definitely a good moment.
Yeah.
It turned out this whole time I didn't even need it. I just needed you.
Well, Max, I nearly got everyone killed playing that stupid song, so I'm glad that you didn't actually need it. My bad, I guess.
That's crazy.
Now, we have less than 3 hours left of story, and it's just like the amount of distance that they have to go to finish the story. I knew by this episode that we were cooked. I didn't believe how cooked we really were.
Yeah, couldn't comprehend how cooked we were.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Nothing could prepare us, and here we are again, Eleven and Hopper just skirting around town, visiting the hospital.
Yeah.
No one catches them. It's so dumb.
You're really
Dude, it's worth noting too. Like, we are Thrones people, as Song of Ice and Fire people. At the end of the day, think about penultimate episodes, especially in Game of Thrones, which I would argue
Yeah.
was the best television ever at its prime. It's like the episode before the finale is just as big, if not bigger, than the finale. And the fact that this is the penultimate episode and there just isn't really much happening, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, agreed. Like you just, it's especially knowing if like if they hadn't cheated, if they had just split that finale into two like hour-long episodes, like it'd be crazy to think that yeah, this is the one right before the climax, and then right afterwards we have like an entire hour of like epilogue basically.
It's just insane.
Yeah, the pacing on a meta level is just wacky. I don't know what they were thinking.
here.
Hey, welcome home, kid.
Took your sweet time, didn't you? Screw you, really.
Like I like seeing Mike like hugging his mom, but he literally he actually looks like he's getting more emotional about Max coming back than his mom being up.
Mm-hmm.
Where am I? Oh, the laundry. Holy shit.
Like,
Also, fuck, Robin doesn't even care. Like oh my god, we could have had conflict for the fact that Lucas was about to selfishly sacrifice her and her girlfriend and himself and Max, because the Demodogs would have just killed them anyway. He was about to like make that selfish call, and Robin, like, she doesn't even go for a second, like, dude, like, you almost got us killed. And Max literally just said the music didn't matter and you didn't know she was like, we can't address what's actually happening here.
He'll be angry.
see how it was right there. I mean, you saw it, right? The armor.
Yeah, very briefly.
The Duffer Brothers tried to argue that they never do any editing after the show has been released, and on most people's Netflix, it's gone. It's not. It's like not there anymore. So they just do. It's just funny.
That's funny.
Yeah.
You really should. If you say we never edit and then you do it the one time, now I'm gonna look at you like, have you been doing that every
Exactly.
time?
Exactly. It's just
Damn.
it's just funny that they're like, we never edit, and then it's just like, oh, except this one time that we clearly edited.
Why? Okay. Okay. Why does it work like that for Holly, but it didn't work like that for Will? Where as soon as she's unplugged, she just barfs out the hive mind. But meanwhile, Will, it's like part of him forever.
Yeah. What? That's so true. What? Don't ask questions. How did he know?
What's up?
How did he know that she escaped? I guess he felt it. I mean, maybe he felt a disconnect, and maybe he just felt a disconnect.
Yeah, I guess maybe, but yeah,
I really like that moment.
him hugging her.
Yeah, just like that random, really passionate hug, because it just, again, Dustin just carrying the weight of the last few seasons. He's the only one who like feels like there's true stakes and knows what's going on. It's painful.
And yeah, and I like to this actually feels like a good bit of humor too, where he acknowledges like, was that weird? I'm sorry, that was weird. And then he says like, we were just really worried. And Nancy gives him like an endeared look, like she actually like cares about this kid. And from what little I remember, In like season 1, he's like one of the few to like interact with Nancy. Like he's like, "Hey, you want the last slice of pizza?" And then she like goes up and like shuts the door in his face. And then like season 2 ends with, you know, he's buddied up with Steve. He goes to the ball with like the Steve hair, and then he gets rejected by everybody, and he's like really like torn up about it. And then Nancy like gives him that dance, which probably makes him feel like $1,000,000. So I like that we have like there's like kind of a through line here, and I appreciate it.
Yep, it's just good storytelling here.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was weird. Kind of snapped. His fault.
Also, Nancy giving them sass for like, well, you should have told us it wasn't a a shield generator. It's like, well, you should have chilled out for a couple seconds and not shot the random fucking thing.
Exactly. Why are you shooting it so fast?
Yeah, there was no. That's the worst part with that like scene. It's like there's no urgency. Like they didn't even try to go like, oh, they're screaming at us like that. We need to shoot it now. No, they're just like, are you sure about this? We have time. And she's like, yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna shoot it anyway.
Okay, so then what?
So they show here that like Vecna's after her, like he can see her, and what's about to happen is so funny to me because the idea is like he slowly walks all the way over to the hole, or maybe not. Like so she slips through the hole, she falls 2,000 feet, we're told, and instead of grabbing her here while she's like running away, he like runs up to the hole and like catches her before he hits the ground.
Yeah. So we know he has the ability to physically run because Henry does it later on.
Yeah.
We know he can just grab her from here. Instead, he's just like, I'll let you fall. I'll let you fall, and then I'll just catch you from 2,000 feet away. I don't know.
Yeah, like, and there's just no point. Like, she could have died if he wasn't like quick enough.
This scene's really stupid. I'm gonna go off in a bit about it.
I like the idea that because of how far she is, like she starts slipping through, and when we no longer see him, he's like, oh fuck, and then he starts sprinting. He's like, shit.
Yeah. He's probably like, she's not actually gonna do it, right? Like, there's no way she's that dumb, is she? And he's like, oh fuck, she is.
He's like, oh wait, she doesn't realize that she doesn't realize she's gonna plummet 2,000 feet.
You can do this. They treat this like she's doing something brave and like escaping. She's about to die. She's just gonna fall to her death.
I mean, she thinks it's. I mean, and from her perspective, it is brave. But yeah. You say
Please.
Also, this part's so funny to me. The idea that she dropped right above Hawkins.
Yeah.
Which, already lucky because Nancy would get the chance to see her, but also there's no way that as she is plummeting to the earth, she's like screaming and it's reaching all the way down into the lab, and Nancy runs out in time to see her. It's just dumb.
Yep. I got something to say. Keep playing it.
Yeah.
The most expedient way to pinpoint.
So this part annoyed me because the idea is these are telemetry trackers like they had on the car. And he's like, oh, why don't we just put it on a vehicle and drive around? And he says it's not the most expedient way to do it. I thought the idea was like, oh, if you need to go into the woods or something, like you can't take a car in there with you. But no, the idea is like we're all standing in like fields and stuff. Like, why can't you just hold the telemetry tracker? Why do you need balloons holding them aloft? And the answer is because at the end of the scene, the solution is going to be cutting the ropes so that the telemetry trackers fly away. And that somehow is going to give them like what they need.
Yeah, I just don't understand this entire scene. Like maybe it makes sense. And I'm just not smart enough, but I don't get it. I was just like, okay, I accept what's happening, I guess.
Fair.
Telemetry tech.
So, and yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So why the balloons? The only thing they offer is like the added height, and it doesn't make sense if again. We've just been using telemetry trackers as normal. The height has never been an issue, and now they're acting like they can't get a single signal because the balloons are too low. It's just weird. Also, the music is just like bopping for no fucking reason during the scene.
Yeah, like, dude, I'm so sick of the like joyous humor. Like we need to lock in, the world's about to end.
Yep. We're literally less than an episode away from starting the finale, and we're still doing this whimsy bullshit.
Control me.
Yeah, and we've talked at length about this already. I would have appreciated a moment like this much sooner, or at least building up to Will doing something impressive with his powers. It's so weird that we have this like low point leading into the finale, and then in the finale he does way less than he did in episode 4.
Yeah, it just doesn't make any sense, man. His arc what like had good points and could have been good, but it's just all over the place in terms of where it's actually placed in the story. And this is going to be an issue we address later with Will's character specifically. It's not that what happened per se on paper is bad; it's the way it's handled is bad.
Yeah, a lot of it's just execution. There's so much on a conceptual level that works really well, and they kind of squandered it.
That is not true. It is, Mom.
Oh, that's even worse. So they didn't use the dogs to tunnel. He used vines to tunnel, which holy
it's just
shit.
ha-
How strong
I
are
don't
those
know. I don't
vines?
know. Yeah, how strong are the vines? Just it doesn't make any sense. It just
Yeah.
doesn't. It just
Thinking
doesn't.
about vines digging a tunnel just hurts my head.
Affecting our world to me.
This is another for it'll only get more annoying, but the whole like vessel thing, like it's just kind of a misdirect. He doesn't use those kids the way he's used Will, and he has no intention to. They are just basically batteries for his like evil plan.
Yeah, the I keep seeing the question of like why did Vecna actually pick Will? Like I wish it was better explained. And just the usage he gets out of Will is so much more than any of the other children. It's insane.
Yeah. Yeah. And him I don't know, this actually like you want to talk about ramping up the stakes and why people were so disappointed in the finale. The whole vessel thing meant nothing. The idea that Will was this really useful tool, and that holy shit, what could Vecna do with 12 Wills? It's basically dropped. Like the kids don't really serve any function, like I said, except for like being a power source, basically.
Yeah, yeah. It's Will the Builder.
None of what happened.
And that's another thing where whole like I don't know, like if you had that building block earlier where he's like blaming himself for what's happened after Vecna gives the speech, and then his mom is telling him like, but obviously that's not your fault, obviously it's not your fault, and he's not at the point where he's like ready or willing to come out to her yet. That could be one of the many reasons that Will's like, I'm weak, like in combination with being like just a sensitive kid, with being like a nerd. Like there are things that Will has to feel self-conscious about that should have like factored in to like his power level, basically. But yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
they
know.
just this character could have been really good, but you can tell they were more desperate for the payoff itself than giving the payoff proper build up.
Yep. Oh, wait, okay, is the military actually rolling up because Elle was here? Is that why? I missed it.
No, I think they're just rolling. Maybe I don't know. We're
Oh.
about to find out.
No, I'm stupid. They're probably just rolling up because of the demo dog attack. Never mind. Oh my god, I can't believe they just did that. So, we're at the point now where you are supposed to forget that the Upside Down is threatening, and Mike very casually says, like, oh, just go to the nearest rift. And it's like, fuck, you can't say that. You can't pretend that's been an
Because
option.
there's no Demogorgons because they're gone. Because the Demogorgon there really is no danger in the Upside Down anymore, other than the military. Because the Demogorgons, the bats, the hive mind, everything is just not threatening. Like Mike is being logical. He knows he's like this isn't scary anymore. You know, like
Just use the rift. Use the
stupid.
giant fucking door. It's dumb.
Yep.
This is also dumb where it's like, oh, like she's under a steel plate, and we do this twice where we have to explain to someone, oh, they're not pancaked under the steel plate. There's a world under those steel plates. And it's like, how effectively did the military brainwash everybody in this town to where they don't remember like hell opening up underneath them?
Yeah, I feel like it's so weird because on one hand I'm like I feel like they explained it to too many people this season, so too many people are involved. But at the same time, how is the town so clueless that no one saw the gigantic rift opening up to hell? You know?
Yeah, well, it's just I don't believe they would have, like, and that's what's wrong with
Neither
this.
do
Like, it's like they just they
Mhm.
obvious everyone would be like, oh, there's crazy bullshit going on under the rifts. They wouldn't just go like,
Yeah,
oh,
it's ridiculous.
there's just plates for like what are the citizens supposed to think happened? Like what are the plates supposed to be for? It's so, and we'll never get. These are just
I think
difficult.
they said earthquake. I think they said earthquake at the
No
start of the
way.
season, but it's just
No fucking
I
way.
think Robin says earthquake, which is still ridiculous, but I do believe that's the explanation.
That's wild. Holy shit.
Yeah,
World under ours.
On the plates. Yeah.
Yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah, she's healed enough to have this scene. I appreciate, I guess, the token gesture almost that, hey, she shouldn't be recovered yet. Let's get her back to bed. I do like this moment between Mike and his mom. It's the 100th time though where I wish like some emotion would trickle out so that I could buy that Mike cares about his family and that all this stuff is like getting to him. But like even when we get to the finale, dude, I can't, the shit like everyone gets
Mike, Finn,
Go ahead.
Finn Wolfhard just like refuses to show complex emotions or just be. I don't know. I think he's the worst actor of them all. Like of all the kids, not gonna lie.
Maybe I blame the directors for the most part because this kid he knows how to cry, he knows how to emote, we know it from the finale.
Does he know how to cry?
He actually might not know how to cry. I could be wrong. He knows how to emote at least though.
I did not think his acting in the finale was that impressive, but we'll talk about that when we get there.
I'm not saying it's impressive, but I'm saying like what I'm looking for is I'm just looking for like an obvious display of emotion, like him showing that he actually really cares just through his behavior. And he does it for 11 and he doesn't do it for anybody else, and it's so jarring for everybody else when you get to that moment.
Yeah, it's definitely strange.
Right.
That is something that has there's like a serious lack of tears in this season. It's something that like sets apart the Lucas and Max scene where I'm like, oh my god, like they have tears like streaming down their face. Whereas like even Hopper's actor at one point does like a fake cry with no tears, and it's so like jarring. Will does it a bunch. What is this? What are they doing here? Where it's like you point the... Is that a thing? You point the antenna at the ground as if the upside down is actually beneath you, and it amplifies the signal?
This does not make... I just have no explanation for you here, man. I don't know. This just doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, once again, the teacher asks it. He's under the plates, and she's like, yeah, but not pancaked. I'm so curious, and it's why they will never tell us. I'm so curious what, like, the average citizen in Hawkins thinks the plates are and what the rift was.
It's just eat the vegetables. Don't ask questions, because it'll destroy the show.
This plan pisses me off, especially that it's Hopper, Mr. Super Careful, can't risk Elle getting caught Hopper. Teacher suggests I can jam the signal, and it's like, yeah, jam the signal so that when you're done, you can unjam it, and the camera is still there, and the military doesn't have reason to believe that, like, 11 came over here and ripped it down with her fucking powers. But instead, that is exactly what they do.
It's also the fact that there's other cameras pointing in this direction, so they're going to pick you up one way or the other.
Yeah.
And yeah, just jam the signal. Like it would be it's a far better plan. Hopper's like, you're overthinking it. We gotta keep with powers, dude. He's like, what? No, you're being stupid.
Yep. I hate this line. I don't know if you got anything you want to say about the spores.
When she goes, is it safe to be there? Unclear. Well, we know from past seasons that it's toxic and can slowly kill you, considering we used to have to wear hazmat suits to get in here. Mm-hmm. But this is the writers essentially going, we don't want all of our actors are paying a lot of money to be locked up in a hazmat suit where you can't see them the whole time. We don't have access to all that stuff right now. So again, like, I'm sorry, man. I just can't. I can't with this anymore. This whole show is just accept what you see, consume the product, don't think, don't ask questions, just consume. Be a good little consumer. Like, yep. They're breaking their own rules. They're breaking their own logic, and it's just simple shit, man. Like, they lost me. I'm just lost. It just doesn't work.
Yeah, the spore line pissed me off because, like you said, they straight up said they were toxic in previous seasons. That was kind of they made a deal about it in season 1 that when I rewatched it, I couldn't help but wonder if that was the original plan, where he says it's toxic down there, and she's like, my boy's been in there, and it's like, oh shit, like what is Will going to like have to deal with now that he's like been in the Upside Down for a long time? And I thought that was the point, the idea that he got like infected with particles, and that's what like yeah.
I thought
but-
that's what got him like to be Vecna's person. Yeah.
Yeah, but and here we are, season 5, like comparing it to like the season that started it all, and the spores are literally like a don't think about it. It's the writers just told us, and we don't know. Don't worry about it though. It's fine.
I really don't like how many people are in the Upside Down right now. Like I just
Yeah.
there's too many characters in this one, and it's another conversation with Vicky when she doesn't matter for the end of the story.
Why is she down
You know,
here?
it just doesn't.
Why is Vicky down here?
With them, she was just with them.
It's so weird. Why? What? It's just crazy. I don't know. I don't know about you, but if I didn't know what was going on and like this whole like gaggle of people were like, "Let's go into the Hell Rift," I'd be like, "Fuck that! I'm going home."
Be like, yeah, I'm going home. I'm going home. Exactly.
Yeah, I don't care that you're my girlfriend. I'm out of here.
That's like something.
All right. So, first of all, Vecna saved Holly's life here. I don't know why Nancy is pretending like she was taken from her. Like, oh, we almost had her. She's plummeting towards the earth at Mach 10, about to hit the building and squish. And on top of that, she lands like right in where the dark matter is. And I'm surprised she didn't blow up the entire Upside Down with that. So,
I'll say in defense of the scene, I actually didn't have that read. I just figured they went outside. They didn't even know like she had like fallen from the abyss. So from their perspective, like Nancy's just floating there, and then she gets snatched away like into the heavens.
I guess that's true. It's just funny.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know what I'd think if I was Nancy.
A hold of her. Couldn't see anything.
Any thoughts or feelings about that scene?
Military is just so stereotypical and so cringe that it just makes me want to like shut it off. It's just so, I mean, so nothing.
I'm bored with them. So,
Yeah.
Then you turn into a sorcerer.
It was a little more than a second.
I don't. Do Max and Will have like a good friendship?
No. No, they never did, which I think is funny.
I just don't remember. I don't even remember them like interacting.
Unrealistically molded and controlled.
I mean, this dialogue is just garbage. I'm like, I'm really just not a fan of it. It's Dustin is just exposition dumping what the Upside Down is and what Dimension X is so quickly, and just like everyone is just, oh, and it's just like what, Like I just don't like the way it's delivered.
It's wild to think that this is like, I guess it's not the reveal, but this is like the explanation for what the Upside Down has been all this time, and it's so like anticlimactic.
I mean, this is the reveal because we haven't really understood. Like we've seen parts, we haven't really fully understood. This is the first time we're getting it like laid out for us, I guess, and it's in just such a underwhelming. Like, wait, that's it. That's our explanation, and then just move on.
Yeah. The one thing I do appreciate is they didn't bother with any stupid like physical representation, like they kept trying. I like that Dustin just drew a wormhole on the board in front of them.
I guess that's true.
So he channeled his Hawkins.
And this is one bit of the through line that I like. They knew that if they got Max back, they'd be able to glean some information about like Vecna's master plan. And Henry explained it to the kids, which I guess he could have done without, but like there was no reason at the time, I guess, to think it would get out. But yeah, he explained it to the kids. It got to Max, and now Max is able to like share that with them. I appreciate that actually making sense.
I appreciate that as well.
Crash.
This I'm sorry to hate, but this little girl actor, like Holly's friend, she's such a bad actor. Like, she's one of the biggest reasons like everyone seems so wooden, because she gets like the most character and screen time, and she is so wooden. She doesn't sound or like talk like a kid either. She's like a, I don't know. She's another character that sounds like she's possessed.
It's very true.
Give up.
I do appreciate Derek being like at the very back of the room, arms crossed. You can tell he's like scared shitless of Henry now.
It just is worth saying how massive of a role Derek had in the last act, and how he's just essentially like become nothing this whole time. It's crazy.
Yeah, he just kind of fades. We got all of our utility and fun out of him for the most part, and then he just gets shoved to the background until he is absolutely necessary.
And go home then.
Yeah.
Back to the light.
That is like the prime example of like, why do they all act like brainwashed drones? They literally start chanting, back to the light, back to the light.
Yeah, the whole like cult element, I actually think could have been interesting, but there's just not good. It's just not good.
It's completely unprompted too. It's not like something they're not like
That
repeating.
could
They're not repeating something Henry said. Like one of them says "back to the light," and then it just catches on. It's so
Start
goofy.
yapping.
Back to the light.
So this goes back to our complaint earlier with you shouldn't have broken the camera. You should have jammed it, and you really should have put the steel plate back. Like, just literally cover your tracks.
Yeah, I mean it's just like a basic common sense thing that they should do, especially with Hopper there, who's like so on top of oh, we need to be safe, this, that. Like the fact that he doesn't step up and is like, okay, we need to make sure that this doesn't it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, literal ex-military Hopper.
What the hell?
Also, I don't love. Jesus,
Bro.
so much just happened. I didn't mean to get to that line yet. I just wanted to complain that it's so weird that Hopper isn't a complete. Like, Hopper knows a decent amount about the Upside Down and rifts. He's seen many gates in his time. So it's really weird that he just treats it like they can fly through it. And it's so, like, grating to hear Murray be like, idiot. As if, like, that's part of Hopper's
Yeah.
character. Like, he's just a dummy. It's like, that. No, Hopper was smart. That was part of his character.
Yeah, it's definitely painful to watch. It's not even just Hopper, it's so many characters this season get dumbed down for the sake of just like an off-bit joke when it's just so out of character.
Yeah, literally assassinating our beloved characters for the sake of a Hopper's dumb joke. It's like, no, I don't like it when you tell me Hopper is dumb.
I still think like Hopper works with his character arc with 11, but like standing on his own definitely weakened this season.
And then we have like the most out-of-pocket line in the season.
I like gonna fly a chopper into the river. Rivers are like 40 feet wide. It's too big. It's not gonna fit.
Steve hears that all the time. He goes in anyway, don't you, Steve?
What the hell's wrong with you?
Bro, that line caught me so off guard.
Same.
like,
Like,
It is,
go ahead.
objectively speaking, it is out of place, but holy shit, is it funny? That is such a like I thought the line was hilarious.
The thing is, the line itself just kind of like made me go, oh. And then Steve's follow-up is what made me like lose my shit, where he's like, what the hell is wrong with you? I was like, yeah, like, what the hell was that? Since when does, I don't know, Robin's never made that kind of joke before. And for her to just be like, about her friend in like this whole room of people. And yeah, Steve just has like the right reaction. He's like, the hell is wrong with you?
Why did you just say that? I mean,
Yeah.
it's just it really is so strange. Like what? Because it comes out of nowhere, and don't get me wrong, it is really funny, but it also does play into our like complaint of they've lobotomized Robin, which is annoying.
Yep, she's a vessel. She's a vessel for the writers to just say stupid, funny shit.
That one worked.
Shut up. Look, if somebody...
So, for like relative possible ideas, it's a pretty good one, and I do appreciate it being like Steve getting a moment where he gets to like use his brain for once.
Yeah, I agree. I really enjoy that. It's also that Dustin will shortly reinforce Steve's idea, and it's the fact that like, okay, after their whole falling out and then regrowth of their relationship, they're now back on track. And not only that, but Dustin actually respects him like as an intellectual. That's just
Yeah.
good stuff.
Yeah, there is a big hole in it, and it ends up not mattering. But the assumption is that a rift will be in the right spot, and even though technically a rift isn't in the right spot for the finale, it's still close enough to the tower for this plan to work, basically.
Yeah, and also like for the whole season, that's just been like, oh, plan. This is like probably the best one, and it's just funny that it comes from Steve, and also makes sense thematically.
Yeah, and it's probably the best in this season. It's the best like physical representation of a thing that they've done so far, where they try to do
Yep.
some stupid like prop shit. Also, just look at this shot.
Gee, dude. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's like 20 characters in here, and like maybe 7 of them should actually be relevant. Jeez, man, it's just.
There's just so many fucking people crammed into this room.
I think two things that you definitely have, like I definitely feel in these last few episodes is one, just the length of time, like in the real world, how long this has been going on, and two, just how bloated the story has become from what it once was.
Yep.
Insane. Thank you. But there's a problem. A big one.
I just, I don't, like, again, I keep bringing this, I don't buy that Callie was like present for we can end our brother together. Like, that doesn't feel like he's your brother. Just me?
Yeah, no, I agree that the brother line feels weird, especially for a character like Callie, who already has like her found family on the outside that
Yeah.
she connected with. I do agree that they're kind of trying to overstate the importance in her connection to like Henry, so she doesn't feel as out of place.
Yeah, they're definitely trying to shove it down your throat. Like, oh, this all works. Don't worry, this all works. And it just doesn't. Like you, I mean, I said this earlier that I just kind of will not be convinced that she doesn't feel out of place, and they don't do a better job showing that she is in place. No, they just reinforce my idea that she feels out of place. To tell you the truth.
Yeah, I guess the one thing I'd say in defense is to me she's not like an especially out of place thing besides the like literal fact that she's from that one-off episode. Like that's I feel like that's what makes her feel out of place. Whereas like I think a character like Murray or Vicky like we have a lot of out of place characters and they don't it's not for the same reason. You know what I mean?
I'm just trying to like figure out what I value more. Like, because I think Hallie has more of a role in the story in terms of like overall story journey for 11, but just the fact that like we haven't seen her in so long, and then the Duffers are just like trying to convince us that she's been relevant. It just something about it bugs me, and I just can't really put my finger on it. But maybe I will by the end of the season.
Okay.
Gone.
I guess, you know, I was gonna complain that how does Dustin know that that wouldn't like destroy Earth and the Abyss too? Because that was a worry it seems when like Nancy was gonna shoot it. But I guess we're supposed to assume he's had enough time to flip through Dr. Brenner's journals, which also shouldn't have that information, but we just have to accept that they do.
I also swear part of like Brenner's thing was that he didn't fully understand what he was working with. And that's part of the reason why he wanted Eleven to be so powerful and like why he needed her, because he was just dealing with something he didn't grasp. I swear that was an aspect of his character that he was like a and it's the theme of like man test like meddling with things he shouldn't be, you know?
Yeah, because I mean, I don't know. I'm sure they elaborate on it in like the later seasons because he comes back. But in season one, like it's very clear that the Demigorgon just is like a lucky thing. The whole point was Eleven was supposed to like spy on Russians, and then she found the Demigorgon while testing that, and then because she touched it, it like created the Upside Down and like connected them to another dimension. So yeah, like Dr. Brenner was supposed to, like you said, just be a man meddling with stuff he didn't understand.
And it's just weird to the book is a plot device, but the book is essentially just Brenner's mind. It feels very strange to use just like a dead man as a plot device in a season he's not even in.
Yeah, well, and as you said last time, like, how does he even know all that shit? Like, it's
Yeah.
just we're just supposed to accept it. See, like, okay, you know what? It happens so often that I wonder if like we're supposed to take that from it that like there's a trance over the kids. I don't. It's so like it's just so weird and like alien, the fact that they all like speak in unison and they chant together and they act like robots who have been brainwashed instantly.
I see the thing is they don't commit enough. If they committed harder, like at all times they were like this, that could actually be really creepy and really interesting. It's the fact that they like don't do it enough, then they just start doing it and it's like, huh? You know?
Yeah, it calls attention to it. They'll act like kids for a second and then they'll all of a sudden they'll act like they're part of the hive mind. Which yeah, that could have been cool. The idea that their minds are slowly getting infected by the hive mind and it becomes harder and harder for Holly to like find allies or escape or talk to her friends. Like that would have been really creepy and like interesting. But no, we
Have
get
you
that.
seen Severance by any chance?
I have, yeah.
Do you know the little girl who's severed and is like the manager in season two?
Yeah.
You know, she's just really off-putting because the second you meet her, it's just she's so clearly, I guess, just like a part of it. I wish they kind of did all of the kids except Holly and Derek like that, where Vecna is able to like actually mold their minds. Because one thing that I find annoying is Vecna's like, "Oh, I take the children because they're easy to manipulate," and then he just doesn't do it. It would have been really
Yeah.
cool if like part of the manipulation tactic was he literally like messes with their brains to such an extent that he can fully control them. But they don't go down that route, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, because he literally has that line where he's like easier to shape or to reshape and to mold, and it's like you don't do that. You don't do that to like anybody except maybe Will, where it's like you've used him as a vessel, and yeah, none of that. We don't actually get any of that cool stuff for the kids. We get this goofy ass scene.
Mercy. Come on, you have to believe me. Please. You have
Something is wrong with it. Like it's so like out of place.
This might be my favorite moment from the whole season. Like it's I heard it this morning when I was at the gym and it's just been in my mind. I'm like, please.
I have to hear it in all of its glory.
Come on, you have to believe me. Please.
She sounds like she has an accent, like for a second. It's
Please.
please, please.
She's so desperate, and then it's the fact that you don't get to see her either. Like they definitely added that. They definitely added that in post. That's why, and it's just so out of it, bro.
But why? Like, just don't add it in post. That it's so goofy.
You have to believe me. You have to believe me.
Even this whole moment is just weird. Like, I feel like you're just supposed to buy everything that happens because they're kids and kids are stupid or whatever. But would Holly really just be like, guys, no, listen, and then break down, and then she does this weird thing where she like walks over to the other side of the room, and then she like smacks her friend in the face and makes it. I don't know. It's just a weird sequence of events.
It's so, like it's just so funny, man. Like it's so unintentionally funny. Holy shit, please.
Please. What a little bitch. I guess I appreciate that happened. Like Derek kind of would have been a kill shot if he hadn't been caught, and they used Derek as bait, and yeah, that led to him. Like that all like followed logically.
It does. It's just like it's just compared to who Derek was. It's like you baby, you gave up.
Yeah, bring back dipshit Derek. Be like, I don't care about my fucking parents or my family.
Back dipshit Derek.
I don't understand.
Even though like I do want to comment because even they like kind of act like he's gonna have an arc where he's like, I want to be delightful Derek now, and then they like immediately undercut it with like, oh, I'm excited to be dipshit Derek again, and then that's kind of the last bit of character we get before, I don't know, he just becomes generic again. He gets like he gets to emote in the finale, and that's it.
He gets the Fortnite wave. The fact that she just starts like wailing on him, I find so funny.
I know, it's her best friend too, and she like just slaps her in the face with the radio. It's just such a weird strategy. You think she'd be like, well, guys, I'm gonna go down there and talk to her. Like, I need a glass of water. The weird like assumption that like she can't leave the room unless she like bashes two of them in the face, so that makes a break for it. And then also this right here, this shot, like, this is just so lazy. She goes to open the door, and they are clearly like standing behind her, and like they bump into her. You know what I mean? Like she went back when she opened the door and bumped into them because these fuckers weren't like on cue. It's like, do it again. Do the take again. She opens the door and then they come around the corner. It's so weird that they're chasing her, and like it's just weird. This shot is like they basically have her and then they let her go. And
Yeah, I just think it's so funny. Like she's just sitting there, and it's like, what's Holly gonna do? Just grabs the radio and does like clearly this girl's never struck anyone with anything, so she just like swings it with her whole body, just like wham. Like okay.
I'll never get over too that it's her best friend, and it feels so unnecessary. I do like that just random like bitch from this kid.
Yeah, bro.
Which he's been a bit of an asshole. Like he has a bit of character. But Holly, she smacked her best friend, and then she smacked him, so he's like actually like pissed off at her. It's personal now. Right there. Like this face tells me like she's like, oh, you thought you were being cute smacking me with that radio, huh? Well, now I'm gonna choke you to death.
Yeah, it's like Tony Soprano choking that guy out on the college day.
That's great.
So crazy.
Dude. It's just the direction, like, it can't be the child actor's fault, but like, again, they have to like redo takes. This literally looks like her best friend is like, I'm gonna kill you now. Like, what is this face? She's like, yes, it'll all be over soon.
Yeah, like, it takes a lot of force to break something like that. Like that takes a fair amount of force. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
It's just they just go full psycho. It's so funny and like it doesn't make any sense.
For a loop. Why is she struggling to lift this thing up? Like I feel like this she shouldn't even be getting a nosebleed anymore just from this. This should just be no problem. 1, 2, you're up and you're out.
I thought there was a whole like the whole point of her like military bullshit with season 4 was she would not only get her powers back, but she was stronger than ever before. Like, she
Yeah.
lifted like the big tank thingy like without
Yes.
without even getting a nosebleed, and that was like a big deal. What the?
And then
fuck?
this like truck and just flipping it is like I don't know why they're making her struggle. I really don't. It doesn't make sense.
It's so and it's fucking it's annoying because they have her do some crazy bullshit in the finale, and if they I don't know why they're nerfing her in the episodes prior. It's
Yeah, and it's just to pick up a truck. Like why? It doesn't make any sense. I'm gonna have to complain about the allocation of time. Why are we spending precious screen time on just watching a truck get flipped? Like this is something that could very easily happen off screen, you know?
yeah, makes no sense.
I'm pulling her out. I can't lose her choice.
What do you think about that line?
That he'll kill Callie if she does anything.
Yeah, what do you think about the line?
I appreciate it in the sense I believe it of this Hopper.
I really like that line just because if you haven't figured out, I'm a fan of like darker characters because I think it's just like a more human thing, and I just think like the fact that he's willing to just kill this girl who like isn't necessarily innocent but is clearly not bad just because she could pose a threat. Yeah, that's the kind of character work I like.
Yeah, and it's a character who is like it's a girl his daughter's age, and even
Yep.
then he's like I don't give a shit. My daughter comes first.
I can't.
And it's like underneath the god complex, he's human. I really like that angle. I just wish we explored it more. I just don't think it's as explored as it could have been. It would have been better if it was.
Yeah, which I don't even know if it's the amount. I feel like they could have kept it like pretty understated and left a lot to like for the audience to figure out or dig up. But the way that they do like kind of make it explicit with Will, just not good.
They make it. They spoon feed it to you, and then it's so weird. It's like not enough and too much at the same time.
Yeah, it's hard to describe. I think when we get to like where it actually happens, it'll be a bit easier to hone in on it.
Yeah.
What?
Did she just say butthole surfers? What did she just say?
I think she did, but I think that's a literal like actual band name. I could be wrong. Oh, or maybe she's like mocking a like popular band. That's a play on their name.
I mean, I don't love the dialogue, but whatever. I'll roll with it.
Yeah.
The buttholes are.
And literally, well, also what they're talking about, they're like, oh, like it's a Save the World soundtrack. I feel like in prior seasons this might have worked, but we are rapidly closing in on the final hour of the like Vecna Mind Flayer subplot, and where is our tension right now? Like it's nowhere. We don't have it's all lighthearted, happy shit.
This does not feel like the moments before the final fight. And you know what's cool is at the end of episode in season 4 when they're heading towards the final fight, they literally have this like montage where everyone is just super serious, like oh we're gonna go kill Vecna. And in this it's just like it's just this whole episode's a mess, man. This episode specifically is really messy.
It's yeah.
Okay. I want to give you a comment here. I think this is thematically really well done. Like, I really like this for Steve. Really, really. But take the gun.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
Like,
This.
like,
So, I'm sure the idea is these are what Eddie and Steve. Sorry,
yeah.
Eddie
So
and Steve.
this is exactly what Eddie and Dustin used to fight in season 4, which is why I like it. But use the gun.
Yes, like take it when it happens, we'll be, I'm sure we'll both be complaining about it.
Yeah,
But even
yeah.
before we get there, when this happened, I was like, I really hope you won't just be going in with the makeshift spears, because that'd be really stupid, and you might die, and you probably should die.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all I gotta say.
Dustin? Yeah.
And again, like, this would be totally fine if it's just this is one of the many things that they're going to be carrying into the Upside Down. But as we know, like, these are their primary weapons for the finale.
Yeah, it's just, and they do nothing. They don't do anything with this. But again, it is like, this is where our my like logic and thematic relevance is just like I'm willing to silence myself for the sake of the theme, but it is definitely annoying.
Yeah, and the nice half of it we can that's just basically separate. So what just happened was he handed him the spear and he's like, "Are you sure?" Like, Steve knows what this is. He knows what it means to Dustin, and it's kind of it's a cute way of like symbolically like they're best friends again. You know, like the relationship has been repaired substantially.
Yeah, it's, and they definitely, like I said, it's a good moment, but it's also like, all right.
About Eddie.
And I really like this too. You can tell like Dustin feels better having like opened up, but he's still like not comfortable being vulnerable. He tries to walk away and like he can't even look at Steve when the conversation starts.
Mhm.
He saved your life. Our lives.
And that I don't love that. I'm not gonna lie. Uh
I okay. I'll hear your reasoning first.
I was just gonna say if the only like acceptable angle I would take is like Steve is being dishonest here and he's just trying to like be nicer, like he regrets what he said to that degree and he's like Dustin's a kid, like let him believe what he wants to for the time being. That I guess I could be okay with. I don't like the idea though that if Steve really thinks that Eddie saved Dustin and everyone else, that he was basically just saying that to be really really hurtful to Dustin. I don't like that angle.
Essentially being like, Eddie died for nothing, right? And like it is true in many ways, but it's also like trashing Eddie. While it's true, and while I think it's important that Dustin heard it, at this point in the story, I don't know what that knowledge does for the character. But I think Steve, because I don't think he fully goes back on everything he says. He just goes a lot lighter. Like he takes some of it back, and I guess you could say maybe it's like incorrect for him to do it. But I think it's more important for Dustin to know that like Steve is supporting him than it is for Steve to be like objectively right. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like and that I'm okay with. And like I said, from that angle, if Steve isn't worried about being like correct here, he's just trying to comfort his friend for the loss of his other friend.
Yeah.
That I'd be okay with.
That's the angle I think that they're taking is like, maybe Steve wasn't wrong, but his delivery was off, and it's just like he doesn't do anything for Dustin by being like, "Oh, your friend didn't do shit." And in fact, I think this is a smart way of him being like, "Let me turn a bad thing into a good thing," you know?
Yeah, yeah, I think that's fair.
And I know what he meant to you. I can't.
And even just in the
What am
performance, like they both can't look at each other. Like they keep like looking away. Like it's a lot for
just
them to handle.
what a mature conversation, man. Like they're talking about how when one friend, or essentially like a brother at this point, when a family member goes through trauma, it's so difficult because you want to be there for them, but at the same time, like everyone has a limit and everyone's limit is different. And the fact that Steve is essentially acknowledging like, "Hey, I wanted to be there for you. I just like broke because I missed you." It's just like it's no one's fault. It's just hard, and having these conversations is important.
Yeah. And I really do like the conclusion where it's them finally just admitting to each other. I was upset because I missed my best friend.
Yeah, I would call this the most cohesive arc in the season.
Easily, easily.
Yeah, I miss my best friend too.
And yeah, like the most of the conversation, they can't look at each other, and then in this moment, like they finally lock eyes. Like I don't know, there's layers to it. It's so good.
Yeah, well,
And yeah, and Dustin follows it up with more or less an apology. He doesn't outright say sorry, but he apologizes for insulting Steve's intelligence for not being able to solve the Rubik's cube. Uh, and yeah, then he praises him for the beanstalk idea. He's like, "That was a good idea."
Yeah, I mean they're just essentially covering all their corners of like why they're angry at one another and how they're going to move forward. Like it's just a great story for these two overall.
Yep.
Only for the best.
Also, that's a fucking awesome jacket Steve's got. Just gotta say.
Yeah, that's sick. That's sick.
Silver lining.
And that's from previous seasons, right? I don't think.
Yes, they say that in season 3, and that kind of starts their whole thing. And I just really like that because again, Dustin's thing with Eddie is Eddie sacrifices himself to essentially save Dustin. But in this moment, it's like no, like promise me, like if we go down together, kind of thing. Like we're equals. And I think I just really like that development.
Yeah. No, it's really cute. And yeah, even just from and that's like kind of the best kind of callback where when I first saw this episode, I hadn't remembered that. It wasn't until my little brother like pointed out. He's like, "Yeah, they'd said that line before." But it works even without knowing the reference, but knowing the
Yep.
reference like enhances the meaning.
Yep.
It's just funny to me every time I think about what a military person would see when they look up here. Like last few times it would have been like kids with binoculars, and this time like you got a grown ass man with like a little satellite dish pointed at the base.
Yeah, man. This tower is just such a accept it and move on moment. It's so painful. Like again, is this just okay? Whatever.
I was gonna say that's like me finishing editing a video and then I try to send it and then it won't send.
Us every recording session.
Santa's sleigh is shit almost ready. Right, fucking his dialogue is killing me right now.
Have you ever done?
Why does this have to
No, you're good.
happen in the psychic realm?
I don't know. There's no one nearby.
Yep, I think it's just for the mood.
Have children will
So this is what I'm talking about where I do, at least to me, the show is communicating that Callie actually serves an integral role, that Eleven is leaning towards going along with Mike's idea, and Callie is actually the one who incepts into her head the realization that it's not realistic, that if she wants to like actually end things, she has to make the ultimate sacrifice.
Yeah, Callie gives her a hard reality check, which I do like, but then also, and we'll debate about this, gives her the out to have the fantasy anyway. So to me, that like undercuts the story.
Okay. Oh, okay. I guess I hadn't thought about. Okay.
You know, like
Yeah.
because she gives this argument, right? And like, don't we can debate the moral or ethics of whether or not euthanasia is a good decision here, but the fact that she's like so steadfast and that is like the strongest argument for her to exist in this episode or season at all, and then she goes back on it anyway. You just sit there and you're like,
Yeah. I guess, and that's why I think that that's probably a big reason you and I still feel like fairly differently about Callie, because I do have a like just different interpretation for the ending. But I get why if she literally, like you said, it undermines everything if she is supposedly the one to incept this idea into her head, but also to give Eleven the way out. But that's one of the
Well-
several reasons that I think Callie didn't do that.
yeah, we're gonna talk about this in a bit. My problems with Eleven's conclusion or lack thereof. It's yeah, yeah.
suffer as we have.
I don't like how Eleven just eats that. She just hears that and just goes along with it. Like I wish we got some pushback or some like no, you know, we could do this or we could do that. Like the fact that she's just immediately like, all right, you're smarter than me. It's just like, come on, that's lame. Like give us something, a little bit of fight.
Yeah, I would agree that it's unnatural that she doesn't propose any kind of alternative. It's literally just the, but we could run away. And then Kelly's like, no, we destroy the dimension and we destroy it while we're still in it. And then, like you said, no pushback, which it's just because the scene has to end.
Yep.
Control in the magazine.
So they start this scene by, and this is kind of to counter basically anyone who's like, well, why did Will have to come out at all? And it's like, well, it is literally, they establish in even prior seasons that Vecna's whole thing is using like negativity against you, turning your own mind against you. And the idea being, if Will has all this like self-hatred and doubt because he can't be upfront with everybody about who he is, then yeah, his sexuality, especially in a time period like this, would play into that. So I like that they establish right away, like, hey, this is why this needs to happen, and poo-poo on anybody who saw it and was like, oh, like, why did this happen? They literally explained it for you. Like, it is there mechanically, even if it's executed like shit.
I really do think it is necessary for him to come out this season. Like it is a necessary plot element for his character. It's just the timing. Like we have minutes left before the final battle, and he just kind of pulls everyone away from what they're doing. That's where I draw issue with the scene.
For me, it's they almost have it. They almost had it where it's like, Mom, I need to tell you something important. And it's where we've talked about it already. They should have had like a coming out scene with just his mom, or maybe his mom and Jonathan, like earlier in the season. And then Will should have, over time, like built up the courage to come out to his friends. But we almost bait something like that happening where it's Will's gonna come out to his mom. You know, baby steps after all these years, after all this time and all this struggle. But then they fuck it all up. They're like, nope, bring everybody in here.
Agreed.
I killed those demos. Wait,
And oh my god, I completely forgot that line too. We basically established like, hey, we need to get ready to go in like 5 minutes. And Will was about to just come out to his mom. And then spontaneously, just because Mike happened to walk in, he goes, wait a minute, bring everybody in here. And I was like, wait,
Well,
why? Why?
at the same time, this would be like a perfect opportunity to pull just Mike into the conversation, and like, right? Because if Mike's already there, Joyce is already there. You have the essentially two of the most important people for this. Just do it now. We're just in a private like conversation with your best friend and your mom. You know, like the fact that he pulls like you said 5 minutes and pulls everyone out from what they're doing that is just like objectively more important than what this is about to be, you know.
Yep. And we have like they're on a timetable. They know the worlds are going to move tonight. They're in a rush. It's just it's weird to establish that there's urgency and then to immediately undercut it.
And I feel like the fact that he literally says get everyone in here, it feels so unnatural, you know. It
Yeah.
very much feels like the Duffers wanted this scene to happen, and I agree that it should have happened, you know. And I just wish there was a more natural way to get to this point.
Yeah. And especially just again like the way it looks here, we should just let it roll forward, but it doesn't look, it shouldn't have looked like what it's going to look like literally everybody. Like I just want to
Yeah,
take
dude.
Callie is here. I'm pretty sure Vicky is still here. Murray is here. Hopper is here. I don't
Yeah.
know, like I just it's just so weird. It just calls attention even more to like it's just weird that we dragged everybody into the conversation, and that after refusing to do it for almost the entire show, we're doing it in the like penultimate episode.
With minutes left, like before the finale.
Yeah, it almost feels cowardly too. Like they're like we wanted him to be gay, but we like didn't want to commit, and then as time went on it got a little bit easier, but now it's like, oh shit, we're right at the finale. Yeah.
Well, that's where you get into the argument of the queer bait. Like they made this
Yeah.
such a clear plot element and then didn't do the coming out scene justice. I mean, like I said, I'm not queer, but I've heard a lot of people that are complaining that this scene felt very unnatural.
Yeah. I think the most for me it's just the constant like looming shadow over the scene is like Callie is here going like okay. You know, like Murray is here
Yeah.
like okay. It's just so weird.
I just
That's one part of this I like. So there's gonna be glimmers of good, of course. We already know that John knows, and I just like how you can see like the pride and like relief in his face, knowing that his brother's finally about to do it.
Because he's the only one who's like really acknowledged it, right? Like Joyce kind of has, but kind of not. Jonathan's the only one that's like definitely been like locked in. Like, yeah, I know what's going on, dude.
Yeah, I'll say even I want to say we've gotten lines from Mike that actually, the more that I think about it, even in season one, like just random people, the bullies were making comments about Will potentially being gay, and it's like, and that's another aspect of this where it's like it's a bit weirder when he hasn't been like successfully closeted, when the show like kept trying to get points by like teasing it, and now
Yeah.
now it's like, oh, but now we're gonna do the coming out scene and Joyce is gonna have no idea what he's talking about.
like I went through
So,
at the time, and
have you heard the like theories that occurred because of the scene?
No.
So that thing he said, like getting milkshakes from that place, that's a writing error. There aren't milkshakes located at that place that he's referencing because that's where Joyce works in season 1 and 2. And just he says a bunch of things here that aren't true in terms of continuity. So this caused people to think that like Vecna messed with Will's mind and we were seeing like an alternate reality when it was just blatant continuity issues.
That's funny. Also, it's just I don't know. I can't imagine
insane.
being the kind of person who hears something like that from the Duffer Brothers, and rather than just going, yeah, like they fucked up and forgot, you go like, oh, it must be Vecna.
I mean, people had faith in them.
Yeah, which it's a bummer.
We like milk duds.
I like the idea that he like he kind of preempts it with this, like he's almost hyping himself up. I don't like how long this section goes on where he's like, we love this and this and this and this and it goes on for like 5 things too long, if you ask me. It's like we do got to get rolling. I almost wish that we showed one character being like, what's happening? Like we gotta get going.
I wish they had a little bit more maturity in their dialogue for the scene.
Yep. Or even just restraint. Like again, just if this was a smaller setting and we didn't have like the time element, if they just set it up properly, there wouldn't be all these like conflicting bullshit going on.
An entry in comic.
This could definitely just be my own like way of thinking about this seeping into the story, but I really just wanted one of his friends to immediately just be like, okay, just like almost be confused as to why he would think that that would bother them. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I get that. I'll say for the time period, it does help that I feel like they'd be more likely to get it, especially his group of friends. I will say with all the randoms we have here, like I do think like that would have been like totally fine coming from Murray. He's like, okay.
That would have been like an actual well-timed joke that would have brought levity to the situation. Like imagine one of them is just like, that's it, that was what you were so worried about, and they were all just like, yeah dude, like we love you, like it's really not that deep. That probably would have brought like a really good amount of levity to the situation and just been like a natural way to converse about it.
Yeah, and I do think, I mean, I wouldn't have liked the like the thing I just said, the Murray joke. I would prefer if it was just one of his friends that, like you said, was like,
Yep.
okay, like again, like, almost confused. It could have even, because there have been references that like other people can tell Will is gay, and that, you know, maybe his best friend Mike, who has given him shit for it, obviously knows he's gay. So like again, what like that could even be powerful, like having a moment where Mike's like okay, and then Will's like, what do you mean? And he's like, you thought we'd feel different, just because I feel like that's a powerful moment for people to have when they're coming out. You will have people who are just like almost kind of flabbergasted that you didn't trust them to like accept you for that, and it's not like a betrayal thing. It's just like like, damn, I'm sorry, dude. I didn't realize it was tearing you up that much.
Yeah, if we just got genuine confusion from one of them, like, dude, what? Like, of course we're good. What do you mean? You know?
Yeah, but they all just kind of have the same reaction.
Yeah, I really wish there was more variety in the response.
Yeah.
I had this crush.
Not him low key outing Robin to people that she doesn't want knowing. Like,
I mean, Robin's doing a terrible job hiding it too.
in that moment, because no one knows who Tammy is, I just imagine Steve and Robin in the corner, like, what? Why is he mentioning Tammy right now?
Yeah, I do think, like, in a way, it kind of makes sense that Bro is so caught up in the moment, he doesn't realize that no one would know what he's talking about, but it is funny that he throws that in there, and the group the group just has to let him keep going. They're like, all right, say your piece, bro. This is your moment.
Let him keep going. Yeah.
let Bro cook. Oh my god, I'll never get over it. Jonathan just showed more emotion for his brother coming out than Mike showed for his family members, like getting kidnapped and like almost killed.
Just to keep coming back to Mike just sitting there in the hospital, blank faced.
Truth.
I think the Noah kind of botched the performance just right in that. I in a sense it almost feels real, like it's a real ugly cry. It's pretty like off-putting almost. But I don't know. There's like a lack of tears, I think, and like snot from someone who's like kind of trying to act like they have tears in their face and snot.
Yeah, if you want to get a good ugly cry, like you gotta have some snot in there, just something, or like
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
sniffles.
But it just again it draws attention to how fake. That's a lot of this season where an element will be correct and then another element will be terribly terribly incorrect, and it will just the correct element will end up highlighting how bad everything else is.
True that. Bro, I saw a meme of some guy playing this scene and then getting up and hugging his TV, and I was just,
I was about to say like it like if you need any more proof that there are characters here who really don't need to fucking be here, it's that you there are certain characters that run up and hug Will and they burst into tears.
yeah,
And then there
dude,
are
like,
certain characters that are standing in the background with their arms crossed, just waiting for it to pass.
I will say I really like how intimate of a hug Jonathan is giving Will. Like
Yes.
it's the over the shoulder. Like when you grab someone's skull when you're hugging them, like that's a level of comfort and trust. Like you're literally taking the weight off of their shoulders. You know, I really really like that, and I think that this also could be like just really symbolic of the relationship the two actors might have had behind the screen dealing with this too. Just a good moment.
Yeah, no, it's really sweet. And yeah, like I don't know, it just would have been so much better if we had like a moment where he comes out to his brother and his mom, and then that gives him the courage to later on come out to his friends. It just you could have had two like very intimate moments, and you could have gotten like a range of reactions. There's so much that they could have gotten out of this, and it feels like they're literally yeah, this is like the last couple minutes before we hop into the finale. It's like they literally just shoved it in there right before they couldn't shove it in anywhere else.
Murray and Vicky just here and just like, yo, the fact that Nancy didn't say nothing, bro. Oh my god. Why are you looking at him like that?
True. Oh god, does Nancy not approve?
Yo,
Holy
yo,
shit.
Nancy.
Oh my god.
Holy.
I fucking knew it. Evil. Evil Nancy. Literally trying to destroy the world and hates gay people. Unbelievable.
She didn't say shit, and now she's giving him the stink eye.
And the aspect of that scene that got me hyped up was I was like, okay, well, finally, like, Will has basically just unshackled himself. Like, Vecna cannot, like, in the scene before where he, like, trapped Will in his mind, I almost got the sense, like, if that were to happen again, Vecna couldn't trap him this time. Will is at, like, 100% power because of the coming out scene. And he ends up doing nothing that, like, his greatest moment is still episode 4. Everything in the finale is like subpar compared to it.
This pain.
Just wild. It's this military base just feels abandoned. There's no automated defenses. The people on watchtowers don't start shooting the truck. Like the truck just skates in there without taking a single bullet.
Yeah, let's keep going. I got something to say in a bit. Hopper just killed two people. Let's remember this.
Yep. Hopper's been killing military people, and there's 2 more. Also,
3.
I have to point out, because these stupid ass characters in the finale, they try to exit this way again. You'd think like, oh, well, maybe the plan is we do it so quickly that there's nobody waiting for us on the other side. Or maybe we could sneak back. No, there is no plan. Like they literally burn everything here. They get inside. Hopper reveals his like Radio Shack tunnel. There's no way that they could go back through the Maxi. So I just want to signpost that here.
Okay, this is what I was about to say. Nancy mowing these people down is like the Duffer Brothers blatantly paying attention to what people post on TikTok about the show and putting it in for the worst kind of fan service. Are you familiar with the Walk 'em Down Wheelers?
No.
It's just this like edit trend where people put because you know Nancy always has guns like throughout the season.
Yeah.
Just edit Nancy into being like super badass, and they call her like Nancy, welcome down Wheeler, and they just like they play like edits with her and stuff, yada yada yada. This to me is the Duffer Brothers being like, oh, we've seen those edits over the last few years. Let's give them a scene where Nancy, the badass, just mows them down like Rambo, and we're just gonna skip over like all the moral complexity of Nancy just murdering a bunch of people in cold blood and just
Yeah, it's also just it's so cartoonish. We like, you have the idea being Nancy can drive into like the top, like she can be in the middle of this military base, poke her head out, kill soldiers, but none of these soldiers can kill her. Like even though she is the
do
one
I
that has
dare
multiple people aimed at her. And
do I
she's not
dare
a
say it's
soldier.
childish writing? Do I dare say it's childish writing? I think I will. I think that is childish writing.
Like because that it's not just Nancy killed 3 soldiers. She outgunned 3 soldiers.
Yeah,
Like,
it's just
bro. And that was it. Most secure like place on the world besides like Area 51 and like Fort Knox, and they just had to shoot a couple soldiers. Hopper was able to stroll into the back of their fucking moving van, and that's it.
what a shit show. The fact that they even acknowledge it, like, hey, nice shooting there. Shut the fuck up.
Look, dude, they don't have the balls, but imagine if it's just to me it's funny thinking about how realistically that would play out. Nancy pokes her head out, maybe kills 1 soldier, and then she gets fucking shot. And like
Gets
now
her head blown.
yeah,
Dude.
now like Mike is like crying over her corpse in the van as they're headed into the Upside Down. I'm like that's how that would have played out. But no, it's nice.
I'm gonna
shooting,
tell you-
Ace.
One of the reasons I love Arcane so much, especially that third episode in season 1, is they take something that you see like in media all the time, like, oh, main character throws bomb in vicinity of bad guys and good guys, all bad guys die, and it's like in your mind you're like, okay, Powder's clearly gonna protect the good guys, and then you just watch the shrapnel just murder her brothers. It's just like, oh.
Yeah, it's like I don't know what else to call it besides like a Game of Thrones moment where your
Yeah.
expectations of how stories typically play out are front and like at the forefront, and then the story happens in like a more like believable and logical way, and that surprises you because it like defies the
Yeah.
meta. But yeah,
Yeah,
could've-
and then there's mouse shit.
yeah, we're not capable. We're not capable of doing that with Stranger Things, not anymore.
Easy part.
Also, if the idea is that they're protecting the gate, you know, with the MACV, why does the military base have to end in the human world? They already have a giant fucking military base inside. Why isn't there a upside down half to the MACV gate that they also have to fight in and out of?
Stop thinking, no more.
And yep, I would want to comment real quick. So last we saw Holly, she got shoved down the stairs, which sure that might knock somebody out, but it's just funny that they set her up at the table. She's like kind of half in, half out of it, and but I don't know. It's just it's this very convenient way where if Henry had to like knock some sense into her or restrain her, there'd be issues, which is why I think we had to have that moment where the kids like psychotically try to kill her and knock her out so that she's like vulnerable in this moment.
He didn't want to deal with another. Please.
Blares. And that's it. That's it for episode 7.
Is this episode the worst?
I don't know.
You know what's funny? I think episode 3 might actually be the worst. The one where it's the the trap. I think that one might be the worst.
Honest, I might sound crazy for this. I think episode 1 might still be one of the worst, just because of how much damage it does immediately out the gate and how it lingers for the rest of the season.
The finale's the worst.
Okay, yeah, true. My bad.
Into the finale we go. Have fun, everybody.
Goodbye.